Welcome in to the Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week. We are live on YouTube. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe all season long to Lorain County's best coverage of high school basketball right here on YouTube. Dave Rivera joined alongside Max Drummond as we get you ready for a Lorain County 8 matchup in the boys division as we have the Clearview Clippers coming to town to take on the Keystone Wildcats. It's a boys triple header here today, and so far, Keystone has won the first two matchups. We'll see today if they're going to be able to sweep this contest, as they've already beaten the Clearview Clippers earlier in the season, and this is a rematch. Don't go anywhere. Our game brought to you by Stewart's TV and Appliance. Shop smart, shop local. Shop Stewart's TV and Appliance in Elyria. We're going to talk to both of the head coaches of this game as we'll sit down and talk to Jason Christensen of the Clearview Clippers along with Jeff Holzhauer of the Keystone Wildcats. It's all brought to you by Great Lakes Basketball, an AAU basketball training development center in Avon. Train with the best. That's Jay Valadez, a certified AAU basketball coach. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We're going to jump into this coach's corner, hear from both of the coaches, and then get this thing going right here on YouTube. Welcome into the Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week live on YouTube, brought to you by Stewart's TV and Appliance. We are going to head into the coach's corner where we speak to both of the head coaches of tonight's matchup as we have the Clearview Clippers taking on the Keystone Wildcats in a Lorain County 8 Game of the Week. As we dive into this coach's corner, brought to you by Great Lakes Basketball, train with the best. That's Jay Valadez, a certified AAU basketball coach in Avon. We're going to talk to the head coach of the Clearview Clippers, Jason Christensen, giving us some time today. Coach, you ready for this conference showdown tonight?
Yeah, we're ready. We've been working towards it, and like I said, we need to get another conference victory here, so we're going to give it our best shot.
You guys are coming in, winning 2 games in a row. What's some of the success you guys have had recently in stacking up some of these wins?
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster of a ride for us this year. We've gone through some stretches with some losses. Then we won 5, and then we lost a couple, won a couple again. So we've been up and down. Just trying to build off of some success recently. We're playing some different guys. Got some guys filling some shoes. Jeffrey Ball's been out for us for a couple games. He's our point guard and our motor. So it's hard to replace, but guys have been stepping up and filling some shoes lately.
You guys have already seen Keystone one time this season. What are some keys to victory tonight, you think, to slow down this Wildcat offense?
It's a really, really good team, and they're 16-2 for a reason. They bring a lot of pressure. We're going to have to be able to handle the pressure and hopefully not only just break their pressure, but be able to attack it and get some easy baskets out of it. We hope to be able to get the ball down the floor quickly and turn it into some quick and easy points.
Offensively, you seem to be your best when you're hitting from the outside and then getting the inside game going as well with Deacon Delgado and then Cy Christensen from the outside. Talk about the offensive game plan tonight.
Yeah, they're very sound defensively. They run a nice 3-quarter zone press, and then they fall back into a really strong physical man-to-man defense. So, we just got to really be ready for that physical type game. And, we haven't shown to handle it very well this year, but we've been working at it. And, if we execute our offense, I think we can score some points.
You guys are heading into the playoff push as the draw is coming up this weekend. What are some things you want to clean up before you get into the playoffs?
We finish up here with a stretch of conference games. We've got one non-conference game against Max Hayes. Just continuing to build on what we've been working on all year and head into that tournament with some wins and hopefully we get a good draw and we can make a little noise.
With Jeffrey Ball being out tonight, Coach, who's going to be the main ball handler for you?
We like to have Cy play off the ball, but sometimes he has to handle some of those responsibilities. We brought Dazon Chapman up from the JV team. He was our point guard there. He's going to start and he'll handle some of those duties. Devin Jackson been good for us with some of the ball handling, and Luda Grant is going to play some tonight. So, it's just going to be by committee. And really, we don't want to be dribbling too much through the press. We want to pass through it and cut through it. So not too much dribbling is the plan.
Who's a guy tonight that you need to step up?
We really need Deacon to have a strong game, both on the offense and defensive end. We need him to, hold down the boards and be able to score. We need him to be strong tonight, and he'll help us get to where we need to go.
Talk about Deacon. He's been a bright spot for your team this year. He's really came out of nowhere and made a name for himself. A lot of offensive prowess, and he's got a lot of tools in his belt. Talk about Deacon Delgado.
Yeah, I've known he's come up with Cy. I've coached those guys since they were very little, and I've known a lot about him for a long time, and we just needed him to build his strength. Get stronger with the ball, being stronger, and the varsity game is such a different game. The physicality and everything of it. So, he's handled that. He's really athletic. He can shoot it well. He can score in transition. He can score in the paint. So, and he's averaging almost a double-double with rebounds. So, we just really need his presence tonight.
Coach, who are going to be the 5 starters for you tonight?
Dazan Chapman, Quavion Grant, Cy Christensen, Deacon Delgado, and Canyon Delgado.
Coach, thanks for giving us some time here in the Coach's Corner. Good luck. We hope to talk to you in the postgame.
I appreciate it. Thanks for your coverage.
Head coach of the Clearview Clippers, Jason Christensen, giving us some time before tip-off. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll talk to the head coach of the Keystone Wildcats, Jeff Holzhauer, giving us some time. Here on YouTube, it's Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week.
Good evening and welcome into the Great Lakes Basketball Coaches Corner presented by Valadez, a certified AAU basketball coach. Joining us now in the pregame show here is Keystone head coach Jeff Holzhauer. Coach, appreciate your time ahead of the game.
Thanks a lot for having us.
It's our pleasure. It's obviously been an exciting season for you guys so far, and it feels like it's just getting started. You've been on a bit of a hot streak lately as well. What has led to all of the success in compiling it week over week this season?
It's not that atypical from a lot of other seasons that we've had. I think our kids are just, throughout the course of the year, we're starting to play better basketball. We're sharing the ball better. We're understanding, each other's roles on the team. And, as you'll see tonight, we kind of go as we go defensively. So if we get off to a good start, it's probably going to be because we're feeding off some really good defensive energy. And if we don't get off to a good start, that probably means our defensive energy isn't where it needs to be.
Well, and in there you mentioned sharing the ball very well, and you have a few very good scorers. What's it been like coaching a group that has the ability to do that, but yet they've been so unselfish about the way they're going about it?
Yeah, I think this group, we're averaging more assists than we normally do. Sometimes you wonder if that's, from sharing the ball, or is it just from more guys that can make shots. So we have some guys that can put the ball in the basket, and the last couple of years, I'm not used to having guys that average over 15 points a game, and we had a couple last year. We graduated one, but we got one back, and now we got another freshman this year that's doing a great job, averaging both right around 20 points a game. And Zach Shackelford, he's a football player in the fall. Doesn't touch basketball a lot, so it kind of takes him a while to get going. But, man, lately he's really been shooting the ball well.
Yeah, and that team effort altogether has seemed to bring about a lot of success, a lot of wins, of course, as well. And moving towards the final stretch of the season here, you got a lot of important conference games coming up. What's been the message to the team about that?
Yeah, I mean, we every night, you use the word message. We want to send a message to anybody that's paying attention that this group is really coming together and playing good basketball. I thought we did a good job of that against Oberlin last week, even though we only really put about two quarters of good basketball in. So tonight we're hoping to, play more of a complete game, get off to a better start. But yeah, we want to send a message, and we are always, every night's a test to see how good we are. So that's something we're going to focus on. We're going to focus a lot on us.
And then zooming in on tonight's matchup with Clearview, one of the things I know that stood out to me, we've gotten the chance to see them here on the Lorain County Sports Network, is they use a lot of their depth. What's a way that you see possibly combating that?
Yeah, they got a lot of guys that can play. So they cycle a lot of guys through, and throughout the course of the year, they've started to give some younger kids more of an opportunity to play, and those younger kids are playing really well. Our depth is also growing. You see our JV teams out there having a lot of success. A lot of those guys play for us. But normally we do a good job kind of wearing teams down. So we will see how they do with their depth against our pressure tonight.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing the matchup. And once again, thank you for your time ahead of the game.
All right, thanks, guys.
Welcome back to Keystone High School as we are live and ready for this matchup tonight, as you just got done hearing from both of the head coaches here in our Coaches Corner, brought to you by Great Lakes Basketball. Train with the best. That's Jay Valadez, a certified AAU basketball coach in Avon. Both of these head coaches are familiar with each other as they've already seen each other earlier in the season. Keystone won in that matchup 62-37. But you can throw the record books out the window tonight as Keystone comes in 16-2 and 9-1 in the LCA. Clearview is 9-8 overall and 5-5 in conference. I bring in my partner Max Drummond to break down this game as Clearview out some guys today, Max. We'll go over that here shortly in the injury report. Keystone's riding high on all cylinders right now. How do you feel this game is going to play out today?
Well, it's definitely going to be a lot of fun. I know Keystone obviously can play with a lot of pace, and normally we're used to seeing Clearview with a lot of depth to work with, and now that's going to be impacted tonight. So both of the starting lineups are really going to have to carry the bulk of the load, especially for the Clippers, and we'll see who plays at the more favorable pace to their rotation.
It's going to be a loud atmosphere here at Keystone as they have the band in attendance with us here today as we are winding down to the postseason begins, as there's only a few more regular season games left. The draw for the men's playoffs is this Sunday, so everybody will get a chance to see where they're going to be playing for the districts and all of that fun stuff. And you can imagine that these two teams are getting ready for that. As I talked to Jason Christensen earlier in the pregame show, he's still looking for a signature win. As he said, he's done a good job of stacking some wins on top of each other as they come in winners of 2 in a row. But he said, I'm still looking for almost that upset, Dave, to really put my Clearview Clippers on the map. And on the other side for Jeff Holzhauer, their team riding high, 16-2. They've got to not overlook this Clearview team heading into the draw this weekend, because if they are to lose tonight, that would affect them. Clearview, if they are pull off an upset, that's going to help them in the draw come Sunday, Max.
You're absolutely right. I mean, Keystone, Coach Holzhauer mentioned in the pregame, every game they're trying to send a message. They're trying to let people know that they are the dominant team coming out of the LCA, and all their remaining games are conference games. So they're very meaningful, not only in their playoff setting, but to close out and win the LCA, and that's got to be a huge preseason goal of theirs if they can go on to achieve it.
Let's take a look at some of the keys to the game for Clearview, Max. What do you think some of the Clearview Clippers got to do to win the game tonight?
Well, we saw this when we were able to cover them recently around a month ago against Wellington. Deacon Delgado, he's been a force down low for them this season. He's really going to have to step up and be an important part, because I think those big men that Clearview has, they got to come up strong, because that's kind of an inverse of what the Wildcats want to do, and that's play out on the perimeter, put up a lot of shots, almost as many as possible, and really looking forward to seeing how that shakes out and who's able to get the upper hand.
Keys to the game brought to you by Buckeye Community Bank. Today and tomorrow, your partner for growth. As we take a look at that injury inactive report that we mentioned earlier, Clearview is the one right now facing the injury bug, as junior starting point guard Jeffrey Ball is out tonight. He's here in attendance, but he's currently wearing a walking boot. And Coach Christensen said he's still waiting for some good news from the doctors before he is cleared to play. So our injury report brought to you by Lorain County Public Health, serving and supporting a healthy community. That's what they do for you. We're going to get ready for our starting lineups, brought to you by Smitty's Place in Elyria, where friends go to meet. But first, teams are lined up for the national anthem. As we get you that, brought to you by MAC AAU Basketball, Northeast Ohio's leader in player development, and also the head coach of the Berea Mid-Park Lady Titans. Shout out to Kevin McNamara, proud sponsor of Lorain County Hoops. We are greeted here by the public address announcer as he is going through the referees for tonight's game, as well as welcoming everybody here in attendance. And right now we're going to pause as we play this national anthem for you, brought to you by MAC AAU Basketball. National anthem brought to you by MAC AAU Basketball, as we are almost set for tip-off, as the band did a great rendition here of the national anthem. Get you ready for tonight's game. Let's take a look at the starters for the visiting Clearview Clippers, as Cy Christensen, 6-foot junior, is going to be averaging 13 points per game, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and he's already knocked down 24 three-pointers heading into tonight's game. Also starting today for the Clearview Clippers, Quavion Grant, who is a junior, 8 points per game, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. He's another guy who likes to shoot from the outside. He's knocked down 13 three-pointers so far. Getting the start tonight, Dejon Chapman, a junior guard, who is getting the start tonight for Jeffrey Ball, who is out injured. Also starting tonight, Deacon Delgado, junior, averaging 14 points per game, 10 rebounds, and 1 assist. And rounding out the starting lineup is Canyon Delgado, a senior, averaging 4 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. Clearview Clippers, coached by Jason Christensen. As we get ready for those Keystone Wildcats, as you can hear the Chicago Bulls theme song being played right now. Liam Gorin, a 6'3" sophomore guard, gets the start. He averages 20 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Brendan Hagerman, a 5'10" sophomore guard, averages 1 point, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Zach Shackelford is a senior guard, averaging 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. The big man in the middle is Emery Fedor, a 6'1" junior, averaging 7 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. And the man, the freshman, Colt 45, Colt Cowling, averaging 18 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. He has been impressive. Seen him a few nights ago, and he put up 20 points in 1 quarter. Liam Gordon said, "I'll match you that," and he did the same thing. So you're going to hear a lot from those two as we get ready for our opening tip-off, brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Kickstart your future with LCCC. We're in LA Grange, and it's rocking here. Wildcats win the opening tip, and Liam Gorin is going to control it for the Wildcats.
One thing to keep an eye on, they've been great with their ball movement. Despite having several great scores, they're not afraid to share the ball.
Two guys who average over 20 points per game, and there's one of them, Liam Gorin from downtown, as he gets things going early for the Wildcats.
They wasted no time, and they're playing this intense style of defense. We'll see how long they keep it going for.
So Quavion Grant controls it for Clearview. He's going to go down low and dishes to Cy Christensen. And Cy gets his first basket of the night. Colt Cowling has it. Now passes it up top. Shackelford. Hagerman. Nice ball movement. Now back to Shackelford. He's going to take the jumper from the elbow. It's off the mark. Cowling saves the possession. It's loose, and Shackelford cannot corral it. It's going to go out of bounds to the Clippers.
And right
nice
there,
patience there from Keystone.
Definitely, and they were forced into it almost because of a great zone defense setup. So that's almost kind of bracketing it off some of these playmakers and scorers for Keystone.
So Cy Christensen has the ball for Clearview, gets it out ahead to Canyon Delgado, and it's stolen. Liam Gorin has it for the Wildcats. They lead 3-2. Gorin being guarded by Christensen. In the corner now, that's Zach Shackelford. It's going to drive baseline, finds Colt Cowling for the floater. It's no good.
That's a rare miss right there from him.
Quavion Grant asked to step up here tonight. Usually comes off the bench, but there's been some injuries, and Coach Christensen likes his energy. He said, I'm going to insert him into the starting lineup and see if we can get that more often. Also starting is the man with the ball, number 14, Deshaun Chapman. There goes Deacon Delgado. He's a force to be reckoned with as he's coming in, averaging a double-double for the Clippers. And somebody that I spoke highly of to Coach Christensen in the pregame, he's a guy that just really bursted onto the scene and is on everybody's radar right now. And Coach said, yeah, we just had to get him a little bit stronger down low, but he's been developing well. As Fedor cannot corral the ball, here comes Deshaun Chapman. We got an over and back violation as Quavion was not quite over the line.
And that's definitely a missed opportunity with the 1-point lead right now. Try to build on that here before Keystone hits their stride in their shooting on offense.
Clippers got their first lead of the ball game, 4-3 right now here in this first quarter of play. Thanks for tuning in to Lorain County Sports Network. Dave Rivera alongside Max Drummond. And we've got a illegal screen. See who the guilty party is. Oh, it's Colt Cowling. He's going to pick up his first foul early on.
It's a good job by the Clipper defenders fighting around that screen. I mean, maybe there was a reason Gorin was so wide open. If you're at Clearview, you definitely don't want to see that too often tonight.
Chapman's in trouble. He's got to do something, and Shackelford's going to bail him out and pick up the foul. So now both teams have picked up fouls here. Or excuse me, that is Keystone picking up 2 fouls here early on. Clearview still does not have one this quarter. Clearview gets it over. And now Grant gets it in the corner to Delgado, kicks it back out to Cy Christensen. Cy picks up his dribble, finds Grant at the elbow. Got room to work, down low. And shot is blocked. Quavion gets his own rebound and puts it in.
There's a good job moving the ball there in that whole possession by Clearview, eventually getting a nice shot close to the basket.
So Shackelford now to Hagerman. Down low to Fedor. Nice ball movement to Colt Cowling, and that's his second floater that he's missed early on here in this first quarter. 6-3 Clippers. Christensen picks up his dribble. They get the ball up ahead to Deacon Delgado. Back to Christensen. So Keystone, Max, using the defensive pressure here to really slow down Clippers.
Yeah, and a lot of guys on the perimeter, ball handlers, are having to make a lot of quick decisions.
There goes Deacon Delgado now with 4 points early on, and don't look now, but the Clippers got a 5-point lead. 8-3. Gorin from downtown. It's good. He's got all the points. 2 3-pointers from Liam Gorin.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're only going to get so many missed shots from this group, but Gorin already hitting 2 of those.
And let's see who they get the foul on. It's going to be on Colt. That's his second foul here early on, Max. That's not what the Wildcats want to have going on.
Very tough break, and I mean, he hasn't really had a chance to get into a groove. Just 2 shot attempts, neither going in, so this could throw off his flow for the game to start out.
Checking in is senior Logan Nagel. Enters the ball game for the freshman Cole Cowling.
And he contributes a lot on their rebounding effort, so that might be just what they need.
Quavion Grant from downtown. Shots too strong off the back iron, no good, out of bounds, and the Wildcats will have the ball. So you had a good game last week with the alley-oop game winner. Lorraine beats Avon Lake 61-59, and I think you're famous now for that call.
Yeah, I can't, still struggling to grasp how that went in and how they pulled that off. But I mean, it just shows how many competitive teams are in this county.
Another 3-pointer. Same guy, Liam Gorin. He's got 9 points early in this first quarter, all of them for the Wildcats. And they now take the lead back from the Clippers, 9-8.
And he was a problem all last year. Teams are going to have to deal with him for a while.
Cy Christensen lets one fly, and it's off the mark. Rebound by Chapman. It's saved to Cy. Dribble, floater. It's no good. Delgado and Hagerman are fighting for it. And we have a tie-up. And it's going to stay here with the Clearview Clippers.
I just got to say, great effort that time by the smaller Chapman, as he was able to fight for that rebound and get another shot attempt up for Cy off of that pass.
Nice pass from Delgado. Canyon to Quavion Grant. Shots too strong off the mark. Here comes Hagerman. Brendan Hagerman controls it. Someone better stick with Liam Gorin, as he's already knocked down 3 3-pointers here in this first quarter.
You got that right, Dave. I know they want to run this zone, but good job by Cy here stepping up, letting him know you're not getting an easy look this time.
So now Keystone will bring the ball out and set up their offense as Nagel gets it and his pass is stolen. Deacon Delgado controls it. The big man can throw it down, as we've seen him hammer it home a few times this season. Quavion Grant, strong to the hole. It's not going to count, but he'll go to the line for 2.
They're doing a good job so far, forcing the attack, especially down low, and they might get these Wildcats in foul trouble pretty soon here. We're not even close to being out of the first quarter.
Well, you nailed it, Max. 4th team foul for the Keystone Wildcats. One more, and Clearview will be shooting the final 2:38 of the way as Quavion Grant misses the shot. Checking in for Clearview, number 12, Devin Jackson.
Well, this is a Clippers group that at the line, they've hit around 62% on the season as a team, so not horrible. You want to see those numbers up maybe a little bit, especially as we get close to the playoffs.
In and out, no good. Fedor corrals it and gets the fast break going up ahead. That's Zach Shackelford. Clippers do a good job cutting them off, and there's Canyon Delgado with the steal. Up ahead, Cy Christensen. Knocked off his... It'll stay here with Clearview. It looked like it was knocked off of his leg there, Max, but...
It was a good job swiping by Shackelford, and he's no stranger to that. He averages multiple steals a game.
It's Deacon Delgado being guarded by Nagel. Deacon spinning. Gets his own rebound, misses it, it's going to stay here.
A lot of dribble moves for a big guy.
he definitely has some handles, as you can see, the behind the back, and feels comfortable handling the ball. It's really just getting them a little bit stronger and tougher down there, as Fedor and Nagel are a handle in a load. He finds Canyon Delgado, whose floater is off the mark, no good, and here comes the Wildcats. Shackelford off of Fedor, and when Shackelford grabbed it, he was on the line.
I was wondering if they get him for that, or because he was coming out of the baseline there from out of bounds, so I was hoping for his sake he'd reestablish himself, but very close call there.
It's a Tuesday night of basketball here in Lorain County as we are winding down the regular season. Tournament time right around the corner. And this one so far is close, 9-8 in favor of the Wildcats. Here comes the Clippers. Showtime! Deacon Delgado with the one-hand slam. Nice dish from Devin Jackson.
A beautiful ball movement on that possession, and they found the best look possible.
Our
Most fun one.
Our dunks are brought to you by Steve Lawson of Russell Real Estate Services. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, consider Steve Lawson, one of the top area producers here in Lorain County. You can check him out at superstevesells.com. Tristan Lentilli comes in for the Clippers. Colt Cowling returns for the Wildcats.
I'm excited to see if they try to get him involved early or if they just kind of naturally try to let the game come to him.
Gorin's involved, and it's another triple, his fourth of the night. The man is on fire, folks. As the crowd chants, "Who's your daddy?" It's Liam Gorin, 12, Clearview, 10.
And he hasn't even needed to let the game come to him. He's just taking it over right now.
Right on cue, Max. He steals the pass and leads the fast break. Cy Christensen guarding him, pulls up, this time inside the arc. Doesn't matter. 5 for 5 from the field is Liam Gorin. And it's 14-10 with 37 seconds left in the first quarter.
And he lives up to all the billing, and now it's putting a lot of pressure on Clearview to score here.
Tristan Lentilli misses the layup for Clearview. Gorin again, heat check, bang! Liam Gorin is on fire, folks. 17 points in the first quarter. Wildcats on a huge run right now.
And if you're going to Keystone, you don't want this first quarter to come to an end, but
Not at all.
there's 19 seconds to go.
Devin Jackson controls it, now gets it over for the Clearview Clippers as this one's getting out of hand early. Quavion Grant's reverse layup is off the mark. Deacon Delgado has it. He's got to do something. 2 seconds. One, he's got to shoot it. Doesn't see it. Tried to dish it to Tristan Lentilli. It's out of bounds. First quarter is going to end on a big run from Keystone. We'll tell you exactly when we come back. Don't go anywhere. It's the Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week. It's brought to you by Stewart's TV and Appliance in Elyria. Go check them out. Unbelievable first quarter you just witnessed there, folks. 17 points, all scored by one player. It's 17-10 in favor of Keystone. Max, what do you think, man?
I mean, this guy, as a sophomore, I mean, we mentioned him as a freshman a lot last year, but as a sophomore, he's really becoming a primetime player. And they might, I know Clearview's been running that zone. They might just have to double that guy. I mean, there's not much else you can do right now.
Yeah, you definitely are going to have to get out of that zone if you're a Clearview Clipper fan, as right now, Liam Gorin is heat checking with 5 3-pointers in that first quarter. And right now, Clearview still in that zone. 2-3 is what they're running. And he's got the ball in the corner, and this time he had to run to get it. So that took him out of his rhythm a little bit there, and he misses his first shot of the night. Brendan Hagerman now has it. Skip court pass to Shackelford. Clippers trying to trap whenever the ball goes into the corner. Gorin's left in the corner. They didn't get to him in time. Same result, another 3-pointer.
And I mean, all that possession, given a second chance at life thanks to Hagerman with that, I don't know, that prayer of throwing it back into the court of play.
You might be watching something special here tonight, folks, as we might have history in the making. Earlier in the season, Gorin broke the record for 7 3-pointers in a night. He's already got 6. And a steal. Let's see if he can jam it down here. Liam Gorin, one-hand slam. Oh, missed it. The finger roll rolled out. Clearview gets the ball. Devin Jackson to Deshaun Chapman. Back to Jackson. Backdoor cut from Deacon Delgado, and he wanted the foul. Ref said no, and his shot is off the mark. Liam Gorin gets it for 3, another one. Jesus. Folks, that's 7 3-pointers. Jason Christensen said, I've seen enough. What do we got to do? I don't know. Let's talk about it. Wow. Don't go anywhere. It's 23-10 in favor of Liam Gorin. As right now, it is pandemonium here in LA Grange. We'll be right back here on YouTube. Max, you're Jason Christensen and the Clearview Clippers. What are you doing in that timeout?
Well, I think obviously on defense you got to prioritize, number one, getting a man or two on him. But offensively, notice the past couple possessions, a lot of these passing lanes are becoming a lot tighter windows, so they need to find a way to spread out a little bit and not let this Keystone defense turn more into offense like they have been.
Cy Christensen controls it now for Clearview, gets it to Jackson, back to Cy. Cy, the quarterback for the football team. Now Deacon Delgado has it, number 23. Back to Cy. Thought about a 3-pointer. It's being checked by Liam Gorin. Deshaun Chapman has it, being guarded by Zach Shackelford.
Well, and Cy is one of their best 3-pointers, if not their best one. I'm surprised we haven't seen him get one up yet, especially with the barrage on the other end that we've seen.
Clearview controlling the ball right now, trying to get Keystone out of an offensive rhythm, as right now they have only missed 1 shot in this game, as it's stolen by Nagel, and now it's given right back as Cy Christensen gets it and goes to the lane to end that scoring drive, which was huge for Clearview.
That's the kind of play a leader needs to make, and that's exactly what Cy is, trying to cut into this deficit.
As right now it's 23-12. Zach Shackelford's jumper is no good. Deshaun Chapman has the rebound and will start the fast break. Christensen calls for a screen, uses it. His 3-pointer is off the mark and misses everything. And Devin Jackson is going to stay with Liam Gorin the whole way down, as the best way to guard him is just to face guard him and deny him the ball. It's easier said than done as he gets it back. Now passes to Hagerman. Hagerman tried to find Fedor down low, but Emery does a nice hustle play and steals the ball back for the Wildcats. That's Hagerman. Up top to Nagel. Back to Hagerman. Driving baseline. Finds Logan Nagel in the corner for 3, and finally another person makes a shot here for the Wildcats.
Well, in those moments of chaos like we saw there, the back-to-back turnovers, Keystone has been able to turn around and fully take advantage of those, and this time somebody other than Gorin.
26-12 now as Devin Jackson controls the ball up top for the Clippers. Now gives it to Cy Christensen, is being checked by Liam Gorin. Clippers just trying to get some ball movement going as they're running a 5-out, little pass and cut offense. And you've seen lately, Max, they've done a better job of slowing down the game, especially on the offensive side. Right now, their best defense is having the ball on offense.
You've got that right. I mean, anytime you can keep it out of Gordon's hands, it's at least time that he's not scoring, and you may be able to end the possession with some points.
So definitely Clearview working their offense, as Coach Christensen said, listen, we need to be a little bit more patient offensively because we're just turning the ball over. And we get a timeout called by Clearview as nothing was coming open offensively, and Jason Christensen is going to use his second timeout here early on in this first half. Don't go anywhere. It's 26-12. You're watching it live on YouTube. It's the Stewart's TV and Appliance Game of the Week. Clearview offensively wants to talk about it. Max, what do you think was going on in the huddle?
Well, they were being very methodical with their approach right before the timeout. So obviously they want to be patient, but I'm sure Coach Christensen wants to see them capitalize if they do get an open look here, or maybe work it down low to Delgado, as he's been one of the few bright spots for them tonight.
14-point deficit as it sits here in the second quarter of play. Clearview has the ball. That's Cy Christensen being guarded by Logan Nagel. Picks up his dribble way out from away from the basket. And that's not going to do Clearview any good. Emery Fedor, who can throw it down as well. Reverse layup is no good. It works as a pass as Carter Uhrig cleans it up. Just checked into the ball game for the Wildcats.
And once again, we see one of those late passes kind of cross court coming back to bite Clearview.
And right now, Clearview stagnant offensively, needs to get a shot in the basket as Cy lets one fly from downtown. It's off the mark. Clippers are going to double team Gorin and get it out of his hands. Leaves Shackelford open for a deep two. It's off the mark, no good. Deacon Delgado going to control it for the Clippers. Over to Cy. Cy drives and he's fouled as Shackelford is going to get whistled for the foul on the ground.
That's a pair of quarterbacks going at it. I saw at the tip-off those two were talking to each other before the game. Obviously, great history there on the football field and court.
Great battles in the LC8 between Cy and Zach Shackelford, as Zach is a senior and he'll be moving on. Cy will still have one more year left. Quavion Grant gives it to Tristan Lentilli, the running back for the Clippers. Shots off the mark, no good. Here comes Carter Uhrig. He's got a wide open lane. He's just going to take it himself. And misses the layup, but gets the foul called. And so he'll go to the line and shoot two. They're going to give the foul to Deacon Delgado. That's his first. That's Clearview's first of this quarter.
Well, with all the scoring runs that Keystone's been able to go on, they've been able to avoid the free throw line, and Clearview's been able to stay out of foul trouble because of it.
Carter Uhrig knocks down the first free throw of the night. It's brought to you by Rewalk Law. Give attorney Chris Rewalk a call if you need some free consultation. Thanks to Rewalk Law for being a sponsor of the free throw line all year long. Uhrig knocks them both down. He's got a quick 4 off of the bench. Extends this lead out to 30-12 now, 18-point deficit for the Clippers, as it was just a 9-8 ball game before Liam Gorin went into effect.
That's right, before he caught fire, and now we're starting to see a couple other Wildcats get involved, and surprisingly, it hasn't even been the 45 of Colt Callan.
No, he's been in foul trouble early on and hasn't gotten anything going offensively, as Deacon Delgado is the one with 8 points here for Clearview, 8 of the 14. Shackelford from downtown, no good. Emery Fedor off the mark. And here comes Deshaun Chapman. Off the glass, the floater is left too strong. And it's controlled by the Wildcats. Nice cross-court pass from Gorin to Carter Uhrig. And Carter has came in and been an offensive spark for the Wildcats. Pass is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Clippers.
Yeah, and Gorin, I mean, obviously the points speak for themselves. He's also been able to rack up some rebounds and now some flashy passes too. It's just been a complete night for him so far.
Entering into the ball game for Clearview is Jamari Pickens, number 1. It's his first time getting into the ball game. Cy Christensen has it, working against Gorin. Now gives it to Quavion, who's going to pull from 3. No good. Emery Fedor skies high for that rebound. And gets the fast break going. Colt Cowling left that one short as Deacon Delgado was in his face in the shot attempt. Here comes Cy Christensen now. And Clearview, less than 30 seconds to go. Deacon Delgado showing you some range. Deacon's got 10 points. Shackelford, layup with the right hand, and he's lefty. Zach got his first 2 points of the game.
And he somehow made a routine layup look very, very fancy with that finish at the end there.
Don't look now, Max, but it's already halftime. I feel like this game just started. As it's 34-16 with 1 second left. Shackelford's shot is good if it goes. It's not good. Christensen saying, come on, man, that shot should not have counted even if it did go in. So we'll get you some stats, courtesy of my good friend, Alan Januzzi, CPA. It's all about the numbers. And we'll get you those numbers when we come back as you're watching our Stewart's TV and Appliance Game of the Week. It's live, it's free, it's on YouTube. Tell a friend. welcome back in to the Health Markets Halftime Show presented by local insurance agent Jeff Allison in Amherst. If you're uninsured, what are you waiting for? Consider Jeff Allison of Health Markets Insurance a local insurance agent. You can check him out at jeffallisoninsurance.com. It is halftime of the game here between Clearview and Keystone. Right now, Wildcats lead 34-16 as we have stats to go over, courtesy of our good friend Al Januzzi, CPA. It's all about the numbers. There's not many of them because it's been a limited scoring affair by both of the teams. There's just one guy who's been doing it a lot, and we'll go through those numbers, starting with the Clearview Clippers. Cy Christensen has 4 points. Quavion Grant has 2. Deacon Delgado has 10. That is it. 3 guys for the Clearview Clippers have put the ball in the basket in those first 2 quarters of play. That's something Jason Christensen is going to need to get corrected, or he's going to need to get more production out of those 3. Clearview had quarters of 10 in the first and 6 in the second to give them 16 heading into the half. Keystone on the other side of things. Well, Logan Nagel has 3 points. Zach Shackelford has 2. Carter Uhrig has 6. And Liam Gorin is on fire, folks, with 23 first half points. He shot 8 for 10 from the field, including 7 for 8 from downtown. He's already knocked down 7 3-pointers in 2 quarters of play. If Jeff Holzhauer lets this kid loose in the second half, he might shatter that tonight and break a Lorain County record right here on YouTube. Max, you got some of the other numbers. What are some of your impressions by what I've given you here so far, as Keystone scored 17 in the first and 17 in the second?
Well, and those 3-pointers were such a drastic difference between the 2 squads. Clearview wasn't able to knock one down, but other than that, if you discount the 5 3-pointers they've missed, they've shot 7 of 15 from the field and have gotten to the line. So, like, they're not playing that drastically bad on offense. It's just they've been outdone on the other side. And also, you look at rebounding. I mean, to go with the 10 points, Deacon Delgado's got 5 rebounds as well. So him and a couple other guys like Deshaun Chapman, they've been fighting down low for those second chance opportunities. It's just they haven't been able to convert it and take advantage of them. And I mean, both teams have kind of split the difference with turnovers, as we've seen a lot of active hands in the passing lanes tonight.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Jeffrey Ball, the starting point guard for the Clearview Clippers, is out tonight. It's meant that other guys have had to step up and into those starting roles. One, Deshaun Chapman, got the nod tonight as the junior guard, trying to get the offense going, but Keystone's done a good job defensively, running 2 guys at the point guard and disrupting the rhythm of the Clearview Clippers.
They really have. I mean, it shows when you're able to be so effective on offense, but then turn around and keep that pressure up on defense. Most of these have been effort plays, and we've seen them jump out in front of slow passes, or just when they try to work the ball down low into the paint, they've just been clogging up the area and making it a lot harder for guys like Delgado to get more looks.
Not many free throws either from our Rewalk Law free throw line, as Clearview goes 0 for 2 from the charity stripe and Keystone goes 2 for 2. So it's been a clean game per se by the referees, as both teams have done a good job of not committing fouls or not looking like they are committing fouls. As we get ready for this 3rd quarter of play, it's my last broadcast here this season, as I will be traveling with the Elyria Catholic Panthers for the next 2 weeks, as we have a game this Saturday, Max. You got a girls game, which is going to be a good one. It's a rivalry game. Avon at Midview. You get to see Leah DeFranco for the first time here on Lorain County Sports Network.
That's right, and it's been a little while since we've been able to broadcast ladies' games on the weekend, so that's going to be should be a great Southwestern Conference matchup, and really looking forward to the implications it has on the closing out of the season.
The SWC is a meat grinder, as right now Eau Falls is atop of that conference, followed closely by Avon Lake. Shore Gals having a fantastic season this year. Avon 3rd, as they have some talent. You're going to see that, Max. Keep an eye on Pagan for Avon. She's a sophomore. She's really good. She's going to be the one that you say her name a lot on Saturday to go along with Leah DeFranco for Midview. So a special Saturday game coming up here this week, folks, as we have 2 games this week as we get almost ready for the end of the season. Girls start the playoffs next week, and I'm excited as the draws are out and there's a lot of buzz around girls playoff action. As we're here at Keystone, the Lady Wildcats are here, and they're looking to impress. If they're coming off of 2 straight losses, Max, which is unfamiliar to them, as they just had one of the longest winning streaks in Lorain County snapped in the regular season by the Parma Padua Bruins. And now they lost again the other night and are looking to rebound before they get into the playoffs.
Well, the fortunate thing for them is they get a constant reminder up on that wall of last season's Final Four run. And a few of the girls on that team were a part of that and experienced the highs and the lows of last season. So that's something that's on their side, is that experience as well.
That's right. We're here in LA Grange as we're getting ready to bring you the 3rd quarter of action. We're wrapping up our health markets insurance halftime show. Special thanks to my friend Jeff Allison out in Amherst as we get ready for this 3rd quarter of play. Clearview is going to have the ball as they're in a big deficit here to start things off. Deshaun Chapman has it for the Clippers. And right away, Liam Gordon is almost stealing the ball. It'll stay here with the Clippers.
And that shows the attention to detail at halftime. Even despite having the lead, that pressure and that consistency on defense, it's not going anywhere.
So shout out to my cameraman, Mr. Q, as he went down and asked some of the Keystone faithful what's the record for most 3-pointers here in a game, and it's 9. And Liam has 7 already, as he just shows you he can make a layup as well. So we'll see if Liam Gorin is able to break the Keystone record for most 3-pointers in a game, which is 9, according to our very own cameraman, Mr. Q.
What a special opportunity that would be, especially with how much more time he has to break records like that. I mean, he's still just in his 2nd year at the varsity level.
Shackelford picks up his 3rd foul of the game in this 3rd quarter. As Delgado throws the ball away, Chapman, I think, was trying to cut to the basket, just miscommunication there. And they'll turn the ball over and bring it back to the Wildcats. Now leading by the most they've led all game, 20 points.
This being the first chance we get to see Keystone come out on an offensive set and still trying to face guard like they did at the end of the half.
Shackelford couldn't bring down the pass. It's stolen by Christensen up ahead. Deshaun Chapman misses it as took the contact, and shot was a little too strong. Deacon Delgado saves it, and it is off the mark. Here comes Leon Gorin from downtown. Oh my goodness. He crab dribbled a 3-point attempt and knocked it down for his 8th 3-pointer of the night. I don't think I've ever seen that.
A little bit of a mean mug at the end of that as well, as he's earned the right to do so.
So I think a statement's going to be made here by Keystone, as right now Gorin is 1 3-pointer away from tying the school record of 9 3-pointers here at Keystone. 39-16. Cy Christensen has it for the Clippers. Picks up his dribble, now tries to find Grant down low, being guarded by Shackelford. Nice turn and layup with the left hand is Quavion Grant.
Tough finish there, and he knew Shackelford being in foul trouble, he wouldn't be able to go up and contest it as much as he'd like.
So that's the first basket for Clearview here in this 2nd half. Cole Cowling from downtown, no good. Canyon Delgado gets the rebound and he's fouled. So Cole Cowling has 3 fouls and no points here for the freshman, who comes in averaging close to 20 points per game. It's one of those games that I guess you can blame it on being a freshman.
That's going to happen every now and then. And
it's a long season. You're going to hit a wall eventually, and tonight just might not be cold tonight.
Unfortunately, he has a very talented teammate to pick up the slack if needed,
right,
when needed.
You got a guy who's averaging 8 3-pointers a game. As Cowling with a nice pass to Emery Fedor. Emery gets his first basket of the night. So 35 points will be a running clock. We're almost at that mark. Just a FYI for our fans at home. This one will definitely fly by here in the second half. Christensen finds Delgado, and his shot is off the mark, out of bounds. It's going to go to Keystone. Devin Jackson's going to check in for the Clippers. And Canyon Delgado will have a seat.
And now they have a pretty athletic group on the floor here, probably to try to combat all this perimeter shooting they've been seeing.
41-18 is your score, and we have a traveling violation called on Colt Cowling as he pump faked and tried to pass, fake pass, and they say he picked up his pivot foot. So Quavion Grant's going to control it for Clearview. Now gives it up ahead to Cy. Good ball movement by the Clippers as Grant gets it and now loses his footing. Deacon Delgado makes the basket. And it's a 21-point deficit right now. Cowling thought about a three. They closed out fast on him, and he gets rid of it. Gorin to Hagerman to Fedor. Back to Hagerman. Nice shot from Brendan. In and out. No good.
And even with the miss, that possession's a perfect example of the unselfish nature of this Wildcats roster.
Gorin steals the ball and kicks up ahead to Shackelford. Thought about a three. He's going to drive. The lefty leaves it short, and it's going to be out of bounds in favor of the Clippers. So Logan Nagel is going to enter the ball game for the Wildcats. He'll replace Emery Fedor. Jamari Pickens will check in for Clearview. And Deshaun Chapman will have a seat for the Clippers.
Fedor, he was able to provide a lot of good minutes tonight, especially down the paint, and surprisingly kick-starting some of these fast breaks with outlet passes.
Now the Clippers have the ball down 21, and miscommunication there as the pass goes out of bounds.
We've seen that a few times tonight, Dave, where the guys they're not on the same page there about what kind of scheme they're going to be running to try to attack here on offense.
Zach Shackelford is getting instructions from Jeff Holzhauer, the coach of the Wildcats. I think Jeff wants to see some offense ran here, as there's a lot of time left in this ball game. I know it's a big deficit, but you don't want to pick up any bad habits here, Max, heading into the end of the season.
Certainly not. You want to keep fighting and looking for the best look possible, not settling.
Quavion Grant gets the steal. Up ahead to Pickens. Hangs and collects the foul as he'll go to the line for two as Jamari Pickens. And they're going to give the foul on Brendan Hagerman, his first. It's the team's third foul of this quarter. As Pickens is going to go to the line and misses the first one. Emery Fedor checks in for the Wildcats. Free throw line brought to you by Rewalk Law. Second attempt is good for Pickens. And we've got a timeout called by the Clearview Clippers. 41, I believe it should be 21 now, right? And they just haven't fixed the scoreboard. So 41-21 should be the score here. And we'll take a quick break as it's a full time out, so we'll take it as well. Don't go anywhere. It's Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week, live and free on YouTube. Back here after the timeout, 41-21 in favor of the Wildcats, as we're in LA Grange for a Tuesday night edition of some Lorain County hoops. Dave Rivera, Max Drummond here with you. I hope you've enjoyed this regular season of basketball as it's almost over. We will not be video streaming any of the tournament. Just a heads up. So we only have 2 more games left after this one. And they're going to both be Saturday games. This Saturday at 12:30 and next Saturday at 7, as Zach Shackelford picks up where he left off, and that's another easy layup to give him 4 points on the night. So basketball season, Max, is almost over, man, and we were, you know, just a few weeks ago tipping things off.
Yeah, it felt like we were really in the thick of it for a while there, and now we're seeing a couple of teams kind of rise to the top here, and Keystone's certainly one of them heading into tournament time.
Christensen from downtown. It's off the mark, no good. It's going to stay here with the Clippers.
And it's been a tough night of shooting on the perimeter there, especially from Christensen, as he's had 4 tries that normally he's used to knocking down a couple a game.
Here comes Grant. Pulls up from the elbow, it's no good, and there's Liam Gorin doing a little bit of everything here tonight. Addition to Zach Shackelford, who scores. 45-21. Clearview doing a good job of just working the offense, as it's been hard to get any shot attempts for Cy Christensen. And Deacon Delgado misses that one. Up ahead, Colt Cowling gets the pass from Gorin, and Colt gets his first basket of the night.
In the previous couple of possessions, Gorin's now been in pass first, almost getting a lot of his teammates involved here.
We'll see if that basket gets Colt going here, as he's been struggling early on. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Clippers. Checking in for Clearview, Nasir Hudson. Tristan Lentilli checks into the ball game, as well as Corey Armelin. So some new faces checking in for Clearview with just 1 minute left of the ball game. Jackson has it, being guarded by Shackelford. Spins, shot, good. Devin Jackson's first basket of the night. As we're down to under 1 minute to go here in this third quarter. Emery Fedor cleans the glass, and there's Colt. The backdoor pass, and it's good for 2. Colt's got 4 now. 40 seconds left here.
And with this lead that may not feel like a lot to some of the Keystone fans watching, that's huge heading into the final stretch, the last 3 games of the season.
Corey Armelin misses the layup attempt. And now in the ball game is Ryan Younglis for Keystone. Gets it up ahead to Shackelford. And Zach has got 6 here in this third quarter. Gives him 8 altogether. Extends this lead 51-23.
I was going to say, he's picked up some of the scoring load here in the third quarter. Not sure by design. That one obviously just a lot of effort in transition.
Pickens' shot is off the mark. And ball is battled and not going to be in time is the shot attempt from Liam Gorin. It's 51-23 in favor of Keystone. We have our final 8 minutes to go. Don't go anywhere. It's the Stewards TV and Appliance Game of the Week. Welcome back to our final 8 minutes of basketball here on this Tuesday night. Keystone rolling 51-23. Heading into this final quarter of play. Max, what are some takeaways from the first 3 quarters?
Well, I think it definitely shows Keystone, even here down the stretch, they have not let up. Their intensity has remained, even with the big lead and with a lot of conference games, or only conference games remaining on that schedule. That's definitely a positive sign for Holzhauer and his staff.
So ball is stolen there by Tristan Lentilli, and it's going to steal a possession away from Keystone. 51-23 as we start this 4th quarter of play. Keystone's been perfect a lot of times tonight, especially scoring the basketball, as they have 17 points in each quarter of play. Colt Cowling has come alive here in the second half and now has 6. Clearview, unfortunately, only put up 7 points in that 3rd quarter. And they had 10 in the first and 6 in the second. If that gives you any idea of how things have been going.
Yeah, they've struggled to find a consistent scoring option on offense tonight, especially outside of Delgado. And Keystone definitely started keying in on him.
I think give Keystone credit for defensively. They knew they wanted to stop Cy Christensen and not let him get any shots off, as Corey Armelin gets his first basket of the night. And they've done a good job of doing that, as they haven't given Cy any room to really get going, and he hasn't. This guy has. Gorin, who's missed his second 3-point attempt out of 10 tries. So foul is going to be called on Jamari Pickens, which is a smart foul because it stops a layup or another 3-pointer that Liam Gorin was about to take.
I was going to say, if not that, would have been an easy Shackelford layup as well.
Over and back violation called there on Brendan Hagerman. It's going to bring in 2 new Clippers. Cy Christensen as well as Deshaun Chapman are going to check into the ball game.
That's certainly a tricky play there for Hagerman, as his feet never touched the front side of the court while he was possessing the ball, but the ball definitely moved back with him.
So here we go. Point guard in is Nasir Houston. And Shackelford is going to get called for a foul. That's his 4th. Zach's got 1 more and he's done. Give a huge shout out to Chuck Sturgill sitting in the front row. Good old Keystone faithful. Part of the Nick Abraham Auto Mall family. Ball stolen by Keystone. That's Brendan Hagerman to Liam Gorin. 30-point deficit right now. 55-25 is your score. Right now, Clearview just trying to stop the bleeding.
Christensen and a few other guys were able to rest on the bench for a bit there, so that could lead to a little bit more momentum built up here.
Nice pass by Deshaun Chapman to Corey Armelin. He misses it, but Corey gets his own rebound and then returns the favor and gives Deshaun his first basket of the night. Now nice pressure being applied by Clearview, as they do not want Liam Gorin to take another shot. And unfortunately gets it back for 3, in and out, no good. He's missed his last 2 3-point attempts. He's got 8 made already tonight. Ooh, that was close to being a travel. I'm not sure how they missed that. Gorin looking to tie or break the 3-point record here tonight, folks. I don't know if he's going to do it, because it looks like Jeff Holzhauer is going to empty his bench.
Well, you can just feel the stress from that Clearview defense, not wanting to give him an inch to get open there.
So nice round of applause by the Keystone faithful, as I think the majority of the starters' nights are done with this one well in hand. 55-27. Fouls called on Nasir Houston. It's his 2nd foul for Clearview. And entering the game now is Bobby Gurich. who's a freshman. You're going to hear a lot about him. 6'1", kid's built good. As Younglis' shot is off the mark, no good. Here comes Houston.
Younglis was a guy in the JV game. He put up a lot of the shots
Yeah.
and led the scoring effort, so he's got a bright future.
Just a freshman. As I don't know how Coach Jeff Holzhauer just keeps getting this recruiting class to be better and better each time. Shout out to him. He's definitely doing something good. As kids want to play for the Keystone Wildcats. And they're going to improve tonight to 17-2, Max, which is really impressive. 3-point attempt from Tristan Yantilli is no good. Pickens, 3-pointers off the mark. Houston controls it for the Clippers, being guarded by Carter Urick, the senior. Now Pickens uses the Lentilli screen. Picks up his dribble, and it's off of Corey's leg. Pass up ahead. Carter Urick could not get that one as Troy Herbig threw a dart. He's a quarterback for the Keystone football team. And he put a little bit of mustard on that one as it goes out of bounds. 55-27 in a great performance here tonight by Liam Gorin, who hits 8 3-pointers, one shy of the Keystone record, which is 9. As Lentilli's 3-pointer is no good. And here goes Liam Gorin back into the ball game. Looks like the assistant coaches have told Jeff Holzhauer he needs one to tie, and he's got it. He's got 9 now. And Coach Christensen has seen enough. When you're hot, you're hot. And that's what Liam Gorin is tonight. 9 3-pointers, tying Keystone's record. Needs one more to single-handedly break it here tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 30 seconds. It's Stewart's TV and Appliance Game of the Week. Back here for the final 3:30 to go at Keystone, as we've just watched Liam Gorin tie the mark with 9 3-pointers in a game for Keystone. He's trying to get one more, folks, as we are getting the record book straight, as Brett Bartlett has the record for the most 3-pointers in the game, which is 9. Liam Gorin has just tied it. And now we're trying to get one more to break the record here at Keystone. Stick around because you're watching history in the making. Gorin being double teamed. I don't think it's going to matter. Pulls from deep. Off the mark. As foul is going to be called on Blackburn as Trevor checks into the ball game. Foul is going to go against Deshaun Chapman. So Carter Urick checks into the ball game. Liam Gorin's going to check out. I think they're not going to let him try anymore. As Jeff Holzhauer is going to congratulate him and also tell him a little bit like, hey, I don't want you just chucking up shots to try to get a record. If it's in the game, that's one thing. But, you know, they were clearly keying on him and double teaming him to try to avoid him from breaking that record. But congratulations, Liam Gorin, man. Our Hoop Tech player of the game. No doubt about that. 9 3-pointers here tonight to lead all scorers. I'll do the math here shortly for you as Tristan Lentilli gets his first basket of the night.
Oh, you hear that student section.
So he's got 33, Max, as Blackburn Blackburn just gets the layup. That's his first basket of the night. And you mentioned it, the Keystone faithful are calling for Liam Gorin. They know he needs one more three-pointer to break this record. 33-point performance, 23 of it in the first half, folks. 2 minutes left.
And I guess the silver lining in a way is he's still got plenty of more chances to do it throughout his career here. And regardless, his name will be in that record book and possibly, I mean, maybe too soon, but Bartlett's banner's up there. Just saying, maybe he'll have one next to him eventually.
Three-pointers off the mark by Houston, controlled by Pickens. We're under 2 minutes to go, 1:30 to be exact. And much to the fans' demise, I don't think they're going to get Liam Gorin back into this ball game, as he's tried, and fortunately that's going to be it. Shot from Younglis is off the mark, no good.
And
1:13 to go. Max, go ahead.
Yeah, moving forward beyond tonight, I mean, this closeout to the end of the LC8 season should be pretty exciting, as Keystone took care of business tonight. They've got 3 more conference games. Brookside, their one loss on the season in conference play was to this Keystone team. They split their season series.
And Brookside only has 1 loss as well.
In the conference
Yes.
play, yeah.
So both
very
teams are
crucial.
looking to be sharing the conference title if none of them lose the next few games. They don't play each other anymore. They split the season series already. And I think both teams would be happy with sharing it, Max. What is your take?
Yeah, and I mean, now, interestingly enough, there's one team that plays both of them, even though they don't play each other to close out the year. Firelands, I believe, gets a shot at both of them again. So
they could be spoiler.
The Falcons could attempt to do that.
As the shot is good. That is Troy Herbig for 3. The basket for Clearview was Corey Armillan. And we're down to 28 seconds left as Houston has the ball for the Clippers. Nice pump and fake. It's good as Houston gets on the scoring column. Nyseer now with just 2 points. Carter Uhrig gets fouled and 1 with 14 seconds left to go. So, yeah, you mentioned it, Max. Brookside and Keystone more than likely going to tie atop the LC8. This will be Brookside's 3rd straight championship in the LC8, which is unheard of for Brookside boys basketball. Shout out to Coach Larry Babbitt's doing an amazing job over there. But both of these teams have had a phenomenal season as Troy Herbig connects again from downtown. And that should do it as we're under 3 seconds to go. And Pickens is going to let one fly. It misses everything, and that's going to be the end. 70-33 in favor of the Keystone Wildcats. Don't go anywhere. We'll see if we can track down Coach Jeff Holzhauer as well as our Hoop Tech player of the game. You guessed it. It's Liam Gorin after knocking down 9 three-pointers today and tying a Keystone single-game record. Don't go anywhere. It's our Peace, Love, and Little Donuts post-game show. Feed your inner hippie. Give me those delicious donuts. Welcome back into our Peace, Love, and Little Donuts post-game show brought to you by my good friend Don Collier, who owns Peace, Love, and Little Donuts in Avon. Feed your inner hippie. Get those delicious donuts in Avon, locally owned and operated by our very own Don Collier. Shout out to him for being a proud sponsor of Lorain County Hoops. Man, what a performance we've seen here tonight as one went down in the record books. Mr. Liam Gorin tying the record set by Brett Bartlett with 9 3-pointers made here today. We'll go through the stats courtesy of our friend Alan Januzzi, CPA. It's all about the numbers. They matter. We have them for you. Cy Christensen, just 4 points tonight. And let me tell you, folks, they were all in the first half. Jamari Pickens has 1 point. Tristan Lentilli with 2. Corey Armillan with 4. Quavion Grant with 4. That is unheard of. Devin Jackson, 2. Here's another shocker. Deacon Delgado had 10 points in the first half. He didn't score again the rest of the game. He finishes with 10 points. Deshaun Chapman got his first start tonight. He scored 2 points, and Nasir Houston also had 2 points off the bench. Clearview had quarters of 10 in the first, 6 in the second, 7 in the third, and 10 in the fourth to give them 33 points. Keystone on the other side, they had quarters of 17, 17, 17. You getting this? There's a little pattern here. And then that fourth quarter, well, they put up 19 to give them 70 as they win 70-33. Individually, Logan Nagel with 3 points, Zach Shackelford with 8, Ryan Younglis with 2, Carter Urig with 8, Trevor Blackburn with 2, Emery Fedor with 2, Colt Cowling with just 6 points tonight. The freshman had a down game. And foul trouble early on got him out of his offensive rhythm. He was unable to recover just with 6 points all in the second half. Leading the way tonight, your Hoop Tech player of the game, man, Liam Gorin. Shout out to him. 33 points tonight as he had 23 in the first half, 33 altogether, tying the mark with 9 3-pointers here in this game. And we're getting ready to talk to the head coach of the Keystone Wildcats as Coach Jeff Holzhauer is just about ready to give us some time. Coach, unbelievable victory tonight. Offensively, you guys were clicking on all cylinders, but I think it started on the defensive end as you guys really turned things up, and it caused a lot of turnovers and got you some easy looks.
Yeah, definitely. And just like we talked before the game, I thought, our defensive intensity, that's going to will be what dictates the game for us and gets us going. I don't think we turned them over as much as I wanted to in our pressure early. But we went to our man. I thought our man was really good. I think when we really sit down and guard, I think a lot of teams have a hard time getting around us. And I thought the Clearview kids had a hard time beating us off the dribble. I wanted to get out in the passing lanes a little bit better like we did in the second half. I thought we were a little bit too conservative early against their shuffle offense, but I thought we did a better job late.
And defensively, you guys shut down Deacon Delgado in the second half. He had 10 points early on, but nothing. Another person, Cy Christensen, who was their sharpshooter on the outside, you guys really did a great job denying him the ball, one, and then if he did get it, there was no space to shoot. So give some guys credit who defensively stepped up tonight.
Yeah, that was Liam. Liam guarded Cy last time, and we knew that Cy can be a game changer. He's a kid that can go out there and he can hit 4 or 5 threes in a row and really change the game. And Liam knew that going in. We talked about it, and Liam did a great job just kind of staying close to him. And he's got really good length. He's got good anticipation, so he was able to keep a hand in Cy's face and make things tough for him.
You've seen him hit 7 3-pointers early in the season. Tonight, he hits 9. He ties the record held by Brett Bartlett. You wanted to get him that 10th one. I know you did, but you did a good job of bringing him out because he was just kind of out there chucking it.
Yep.
And I know you had a nice conversation with him when he came off of the court, but just talk about his performance tonight. 33 points unofficially is what I had him at.
Yeah, that's what we had him at. You get in a situation like this, and it's high school basketball, and you get a great kid. I think he was 8 for 9, 8 for his first 9, and then the game kind of gets away a little bit, and we're up by a lot, and they were doing everything they could to take him away, and he was still 8 for 9. So. As a coach, you have that dilemma. What should I do? And these are kids, and he put so much time in the game of basketball. So, I want to give the kid a chance. I want to give the kid a chance to go do something that nobody else at Keystone has ever done. And, I don't want it to look bad at the same time, but it is what it is. And give that kid credit for getting good shots off and making 8 out of his first 9 when a team is completely focused on trying to take him away.
Right.
So give Liam a ton of credit, and that's why we put him back in. We gave him a little break. I told him I'm going to give you 1 or 2 more shots, and then you're coming out. And, you just worry. And the Clearview kids are good kids, but they're trying to take him away. They're running 2 or 3 guys, and then you just don't want kids being overly aggressive and then something happening out of frustration.
Yep.
So, that's a big reason why we took him out again. And we always – want to be a classy program, and I think we are. But it's tough when you got a kid in that situation to try to give him a chance to do something cool. So,
well, I think what stood out to me there in that second half with Liam, obviously there's murmurs. He's aware, acutely aware, but I thought the way he was setting up his teammates and the way in transition he was finding other guys, that was amazing. Can you kind of speak on that a little bit?
Well, his numbers were ridiculous. I mean, we had him for 33 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 turnover, and 9 steals. So he was everywhere. And when we talked at halftime about, hey, we know what they're doing offensively. How about we jump the passing lanes a little bit more? Like, he's the one that did it. He just gets the game. And when teams are trying to take him away, we talk all the time. That means let's work even harder to get him the ball or to play off of him, because he's going to have 2 to 3 guys on him, and he's not going to shoot it. When he has 2 to 3 guys on him, he's going to find the wide open guy, and that's why he had 5 assists tonight.
Coach, congratulations on the victory. The draws this Sunday. I hope you guys get a good seeding, and we'll be looking forward to see where you guys land.
We're excited about it, and thanks so much for covering us, guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. We're going to talk to our Hoop Tech player of the game, which is Liam Gorin, as he had 9 3-pointers tonight, tying the school record held by Brett Bartlett. Just talk about the performance tonight, man. You were just feeling it. We've seen some of the shots. They look like heat checks, but they were still good shots for you in your game. Talk about it, man.
It felt really nice knowing that I could really shoot like any shot I could get off, and that it was just going in tonight.
How big was it for you to have it going on a night that Colt struggled early on? The freshman picked up 3 fouls early. He seemed to not be a factor, but you stepped up big, and they found you when you were open.
I mean, yeah, it felt good knowing that he was out early. I just had to make the right play, get to my spots, and make my shots.
So we've heard people talk about when you're feeling it. Did that basket, did that hoop look bigger to you, or how were you feeling when you were taking those shots? Were you letting them go and go in?
To be honest, I don't really know. I was just shooting the ball, and as soon as I saw the first few go in, I knew I had to shoot more, and the ones I shot more, those went in too.
Let me tell you about my favorite play of you tonight. You did a crab dribble when you were bringing the ball up as a defender was behind you, and you still knocked down a 3 as you sealed them off. And I don't think I've ever seen a high school kid do that on that level. Do you remember that play?
Not really.
Probably all blurred together after.
So we're going to find it, and we'll make sure to try to see if we can upload it. Max, you got something for Liam Gorin, our Hoop Tech player of the game?
Man, you're so early in your career here. What is it like to tie a record like that with a guy that's literally has a banner on the wall here at Keystone?
It feels amazing. I mean, just knowing that I'm like up there with one of the best to ever come through Keystone.
And the thing is you have a lot more time to try to break that record as you're just a sophomore, and you've got a lot more games ahead of you. And now you know if you get hot, 10's not out of the question.
Yeah.
Anything else, Max?
No, just an amazing performance tonight.
Congratulations, Liam. You're our Hoop Tech player of the game. 33 points tonight. We got another shirt for you. I know you're getting tired of these. Also, a free membership to Hoop Tech, courtesy of our good friend Dan McNamara, proud sponsor of Lorain County Hoops. We'll get a picture with you. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Yep. That's Liam Gorin, our Hoop Tech player of the game, as we are here in our post game, brought to you by our good friend Don Collier, as we remind you, get some of those delicious, groovy, hippie donuts. And I cannot wait to get some donuts, because I'm pretty hungry right now, as it's been a good game here. 70-33 is our final score. Max, any final takeaways from this Clipper and Keystone Wildcat team?
Well, Keystone, clearly they're ramping up. They're hitting their stride at the right time, and that's going to be huge, not only to close out the season, but like Coach Holzhauer said when they make their selections on Sunday for the playoffs. So really excited to see where this team can go.
So we'll wrap things up here as everybody is getting ready to go from LA Grange. Remind you, we have another game coming up this Saturday as it's going to be girls basketball at 12:30. You're going to want to tune in probably about 12:15, maybe even 12, just to be safe. And we'll have you right on YouTube at Lorain County Sports Network as Avon takes on Midview in a girls basketball game. Max will have the call. Whoever his partner is going to be is a surprise, even to me. So you're going to want to tune in to see exactly who we pull out of the sports crew bullpen and bring them off the bench to see who's going to be calling the next 2 games with Max, as I'll be heading with the Elyria Catholic girls basketball team as we make our quest for a district championship. Want to thank our man on the camera, that's Mr. Q, as well as our producer here, that's Eddie Cool, and my partner all season long, Max Drummond. I also had Maria Janasco with me. Want to thank both of them. I hope you guys enjoyed all of our coverage this season. Don't forget, we have 2 more games coming up here on YouTube, but you can watch the replays whenever you want. They're free. Thanks to our sponsors here at Lorain County Hoops. Want to say good night to everybody here from LA Grange. We'll see you on Saturday afternoon from Midview.